Right. Hello, here we are. We've got some more good news. Thank you all for all your comments. And let's get started with the tariffs. There's a lot going on. The SNAP lawsuit. Let's look at Rob Bonta. Sorry. And wait a minute. Wait, do you have a foxtail? People have been asking, where's Apollo? Here he is. Wait, is that a foxtail? A little bit. Oh, mommy helped you. Okay. All right. He wants to be outside. That's why he hasn't been in, because when it's cooler out, he likes it. Anyway, and he's had a little friend over here out there. So there's so much to talk about. So let's get started. And I want to respond to a lot of your comments. And thank you for that and all the well wishes and the comments. So, yeah, okay. So let's look at Kankles. And so basically, what he did, so the tariffs are now kind of falling apart. So he did the tariffs so he could have complete power over the whole world and bully everybody and do insider trading. I mean, it worked on a lot of levels and, let everybody know he's now in charge and all that, which is what it's all about, is control, or his bullying. And it's painful to people. So, I mean, it worked for him on so many levels. But only thing is, other governments said, no, we're not going to play. They're not playing. They're not, these leaders of different countries are just not, you know, fall off the turnip truck and like, oh, wow, you're going to bully us. I mean, I think a couple of them tried to smooch up to him and get something. But so now so let me back up. After the No Kings protest, which was actually probably double of what they said, it was 7 to maybe 8,000 people, because I didn't register. A lot of people didn't register because for different reasons, because they're maybe undocumented or something, or didn't want their information out there, or they just showed up. And the one I went to, there was cars driving by waving support, lots of cars honking their horns. So even people that weren't there were supportive, but that really changed everything. And also the low poll numbers. And Kankel knows his health. He knows his time is limited. He even admitted the other day, recently, that he can't run for a third term. And there are many other good people. Because you ain't even gonna, proper English, you aren't even gonna be around that long. So, I mean, what he did is he's trying to make, and I read on this, but I don't think it was a huge thing for people. Really, what he's working on is making himself look better, trying to make himself look better, at least with his people. And the soybean farmers are angry. So he doesn't, get together with Senate and Congress and let's present a deal and let me back you up so you can keep your seat. He takes off and goes over to Asia and starts saying, now, yeah, I don't want to fight with people. Let's all get along. Let's work some deals. When before he was saying, my way or the highway. Now it's what were we fighting for? Which is Senate and Congress are sitting there. So he does this to people. They back you up, they're loyal, but then he'll just throw them under the bus. Oh, now they see what he's doing. They're not dummies over in the Senate. And 5 Republicans said the tariffs is not an emergency. So when I voted, would the Supreme Court back them up? I saw they would, but they would fall apart anyway. And I was like, what is that? Well, this is what it is. He's backing off because it's not working. They already, did their insider trading and jacked people up and caused chaos. So now they're just throw the GOP under the bus again. Not so they could let's all do this together so you look good. He just went over there and started making pronouncements about the tariffs, which I'm glad that he's backed off and things are going to get better. It looks like things are going to get better. I'm also happy that the Senate finally found a spine, found their something. I think it's pathetic. They wait till the economy's falling apart and the government's shut down and troops in the streets, and now all of a sudden they're like, uh-oh, yeah, he's not going to be around too long. So your protest mattered. Your speaking up matters. And these elections matter. So, all right. Now I want to say, I mentioned something about Bill Gates, and let me explain this. When I was reading about or talking about Bill Gates, there's part of human Sybil who doesn't really understand a lot about politics. I've been learning. I really have spent years, decades studying spirituality, how to move energy, seeing past lives, talking to spirit guides. So I understand, chakras, the energy body, frequency, dream I understand that stuff. I'm not an expert on politics, and I've never claimed to be. But I started watching when Obama was elected because my guides said to, and I listened to what they say, and it was a good reason. I felt like I was watching history happen with the first Black president, and I really liked him. But also, it would take me down to where I am now, doing these videos, these political videos. And so this is my contribution to this time in history. My real contribution is what I really do is I help people to awaken to their manifesting and their power and their abilities and their knowingness, okay, of knowing who they are and knowing how to make the best decisions or be on their life path. It's just really what I do. So that's first. And well, maybe first is I apologize for what I said about Bill Gates, saying I kind of like him, but I also said I don't really know who he is. So that was human Sybil, just not knowing the facts. Because when I'm doing this type of reading, I have to look at the facts, look at what's happening in the real world, and then the psychic part or my guides give me messages about what the reading is, okay? So when I was talking about Bill Gates, I was totally in Sybil, just my personality and not really knowing who he was, but thinking he was more kind of like, who's that called? Some maybe George Soros, or that other guy who I think helps people. I won't say his name because then I might get a bunch of comments about that. So I truly apologize. Please forgive me for, reading him incorrectly or talking about him incorrectly. My read on him is when I look at him energetically or psychically, which is what I should have done when I did the reading on Monday, was that the guide showed me to look in his brain. His brain is contaminated and toxic. Okay? So, not a good person. I don't like anybody who is into Monsanto and was connected with Epstein, with pedophiles, which I believe he is. Yeah. I don't want to look at that. Yeah, I see really girls that are too young, or they're boys, girls. Yeah, he's really creepy. Okay. So please accept my apology about him. And makes sense now what he said about the environment. Hey, I want to say, speaking of the environment, I want to say huge prayers to Jamaica, Cuba, the Caribbean. This is a storm of likes that they're not used to. This is not a regular hurricane. And this is because of global warming. And I want to talk more about that in my video coming out tomorrow of how to protect yourself and how to be in this new energy with global warming and the other things that are happening. Okay. So that is going to be hopefully a really good video for you. Okay. Now let's see. Let's look at, somebody asked, will the Virginia Attorney General be Jones, the Democrat, or the Republican? Nipers? I probably spelled his name wrong and I can't pronounce it now. Sorry, I'm a terrible speller. Who's going to be Attorney General in Virginia? Let's look at Jones. If I saw a picture, I could give a better read. Let's say Jones, Attorney General candidate. There he is. March 14th, 19. Oh, he's a young guy. I like him. Be careful about who I say I like. No, I think he's good. He's a Pisces. 89. Let me see here. Where's my book? I like to look up the astrology. I'm not. I don't see my book. I do feel like he's very detailed. Let's look. Is he going to win? Is Jones going to be the next Attorney General of Virginia? We have this rebellious energy. Whenever I look at these elections, I hear a song about rebels, and that means we are rebelling. Even Republicans aren't voting for Republicans because they see what's happening. Let's see. Jones, will you be the next Attorney General? Yeah, it's time for a new energy. He's the new, younger energy. Oh, that shows me, that looks like right here, there isn't even any problem. And then I also look at them on the stage election night. I see confetti. I see smiles. Might have a little bit of a fight. Because a lot of these elections, they're going to contest them. Oh, yeah. The people love him. And there you go. I'm getting a yes on him. I feel like there's a little bit of a problem. Like there might be some kind of court case or something. People are going to be worried. Something like that. Like I see him cheering the night of the election, the confetti, smiles, and then he goes to step off and he almost trips, but he doesn't. If he would have fell off the stage, he would be gone, not winning. Okay? I want to tell you too, I've asked a couple people, and this is, I know, highly unusual. I'm supposed to be the professional here, that please send me an email link of how to turn on the closed captions. Because whenever I ask YouTube, I get mixed answers from different people, and I'm not the best at technology. So now I understand I need to turn it on so that you can turn it on. Okay. But I don't know where to turn it on. So if someone has a minute to send me a quick email of the directions of how to turn it on, I'm happy to do that. Okay. If I can. Okay. So I once again apologize about the closed captions, and at least I got the microphone problem fixed, one thing at a time. But I would be happy to put that on, and I will message YouTube again. But also, if you want to send me an email, that could make it happen faster. Okay? My stuff is falling apart here. Sorry. Whoopsie. Okay. I'm not AI. I am for real. I make mistakes. I get sick. A healer that can get sick. I'm still human. And I try to own my mistakes when I make them. And I hope with that, you can trust me. Or maybe that's too much to ask. Or maybe the best thing I want you to do is trust yourself. Hopefully you trust me. That would be good. But I could make a mistake again. But what I will say is that the most important person for you to trust is yourself, your own sense of knowing of what is true and what is not true, or what feels off or what feels more on, if that makes sense. So please, I want you to have that, to trust yourself, okay? And then trust spirit or creator or your guides. And then give people trust in areas where they've earned it, okay? All right. Let's look at the SNAP lawsuit. This is so cool. I heard Michigan was suing. This is Rob Bonta, and I looked at Rob Bonta. I feel like Rob Bonta is a real, he's kind of detailed and disciplined, but he's really had past lives as a family man. This is all new to him. He's not put himself out there like this before in a past life. But he understands how important families are, and the family gathers around the dinner table, the breakfast table. So I think he started a lot of these lawsuits, or he got governors together. There's something like 20 some states suing, 25 or 22 states suing. So hats off to Rob Bonta. And really stepping up like he should. We should expect our politicians to be watching out for us and our families, all Americans. And let's look at, will they be successful in the lawsuits? Because the SNAP money is there. They just have to release it. I also feel like that read about the shutdown is probably going to end sometime in November, because technically they could just keep it shut down, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think it will be sometime in November. Okay. So, and I read on that last reading, I think it's the Senate that's going to start passing something. So let's look at SNAP lawsuit. Will the states win the SNAP lawsuit so that people who need it can have food assistance? Will the governors and Rob Bonta, I think it's him, I could be wrong, correct me in the comments if I'm not, doing the lawsuit, will the states win to get SNAP benefits for our people in America? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, somebody is leaving. This is an emotional issue, of course. It's a betrayal of the American people. This is our taxpayer money. They can't just hold it up there. Yeah, they're going to fight. At first, I don't know. This is just a betrayal. This is heartbreaking for people. A lot of grief and worry. But yeah. Now, if they win, will they release it? Because you know the way they are. They don't follow the court order. Will then, when they win, will this current administration release the SNAP benefits? So I think by law they have to, you know? Okay, I got something crazy going on here. I'm sorry. What is going on? I love these shawls. They're silk. They're my favorite. I love wearing silk. It's a high frequency garment or material. I got them around here. I think I don't know if they're handmade, but they're really nice. From a little shop a couple years ago. Will this administration release the SNAP benefits? Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're going to fight. Yep. Yep. This is my Archangel Michael card. I'm doing an angel class December 6th. It's going to be really cool. How to work with Archangel Michael. It's a really nice energy. How to invite the angels and connect with the angels and ascended masters. We're going to be doing healing and manifesting. It's going to be really cool. It's on my website, sibylharmony.com. And I also have a past life regression class that's coming up the 22nd of November, where you're actually going to get to do a regression yourself. You'll learn how to do it, and you'll have the recording. So really cool. And check it out. They're both only like $44. That's a great deal. Plus, I am doing, I have availability for Christmas readings and for your New Year's reading, or if you want to give somebody a gift of a reading or a healing. And so I have availability maybe in December, certainly around Christmas or the first of the year. If you buy a healing package, I'll fit you in. I'll get you in somehow before then. Because I know when people need a healing, they're, you know. But okay. So people are asking, when they saw the purple light, I used to do videos in the other part of my home, in that room back there. And for months, there was a purple orb that was sitting there. And people asked, what happened to the orb? Well, the orb was to bring me a message about the elections and to help people to have faith during that really difficult time of the elections. And it was also bringing me a message to stay. So I moved. So now I have a room here in the main house, but I moved back to the rental unit. So that's what that orb was here. It was an angel Nathaniel that came to me and told me that. So I prayed and I asked and it showed up. That's how it works. And that's what my video is about tomorrow, of like how to work with your guides to keep you safe and help you making the right decisions. Because they'll tell you where to be, where it's safe. They'll tell you if you ask. They don't tell you what to do. It's up to you if you want to listen. But if you don't listen, I usually listen. It usually works out pretty good. All right, so that's where the purple light went. I don't know if I still have those videos back somewhere, but people used to see the purple orb. Now I keep this room pretty clean, so you don't usually see orbs popping around. um, so, when you have disincarnate spirits or mediumship or just things, I keep a pretty good boundary, so I don't just have orbs floating around. It's kind of nice to see the higher vibration ones that are really bright, clear lights. And it'd be nice if some of those come around. I don't see any now. I mean, I can see them with my eyes, but they're not on the camera where you can see them. Okay. Will Florida go blue? Okay. Somebody's excited because all these states, Republicans showing up at no kings. And will Florida go blue? You mean in 2026? Oh, let me say this. Somebody asked me about, they said there's no election in 2025. It's in 2026. They said you got the year, wrong year. No, there are special elections that are coming up this November 4th. One is California. So we want to vote yes on 50, okay, to stop the gerrymandering. And those are the ones I read on Pennsylvania Supreme Court. I believe it's New Jersey Democrat Mikey Sherrill, I think her name is, and Virginia Democrat. A lot of elections in Pennsylvania. This is a special off-year election. If I'm wrong, let me know, but I don't think so. Let me just Google this, okay? Are there special elections in 2025 in America? Special elections, November 4th. Upcoming special election. Yeah, there are. In Arizona. Okay, that's a special election. Where else? I didn't even know that. Florida, Minnesota. Okay. If I read them wrong, if Mikey Sherrill is running in 2026, okay. When is Mikey Sherrill running for governor? What year? Yeah, this year. Yeah, that's what I said. Okay. I know. I was starting to think, like, what am I going crazy here? Yeah. There are special elections. Okay. Thank you for correcting me if I do make a mistake. But if I don't think it's a mistake, I'm going to let you know. Okay. So I'm always open to hearing, if I'm wrong. If I was never wrong, you'd have to wonder who I am. Nobody's never wrong, not even God. Okay? So, what were we doing? Sorry. Will Florida go blue? Will Florida go blue in, I think it said there were some special elections down there, but we're not going to look at that right now. We're going to look at 2026. Will Florida go blue? I think you have that, I think he's a moderate Democrat running for governor down there. After DeSantis, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh my God. Will Florida go blue in 2026? Yeah. And yeah. 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a woman coming in somewhere. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Not completely. I think there's going to be lawsuits. I think somebody is going to get in there and they're going to mess with it. No, not completely. How blue is Florida now? I wish I knew. What percent of, let me ask psychically, what percent is Florida blue now? In as far as legally elected representatives, not very much. Maybe like in Miami, okay, less than a third. I could be wrong on that. So, but just compared to that, after 2026 elections, how blue will Florida be? Wow, twice that, at least twice that. Not everything. Will there be a Democratic governor in Florida in 2026? I don't know. Is that race going in 2026? All right. So I got to keep asking here. Sorry. But it's better I get it right. When is the governor's race in Florida? Yeah, 2026. Okay. Who's running? You're not going to tell me. Okay. I'll say that my guides, okay, they did open it. Okay. Byron Donalds. David Jolly. Jerry Demings. Huh. Yeah, there's a lot of people running. Let's ask, in 2026, will a Democrat win the governor's office in Florida? In 2026, will a Democrat win, just 3 cards, the governorship in Florida? Yeah. There's going to be some kind of a loss because of the courts. I'm still saying it's a yes, but I don't feel like he has support of the rest of the government. But I'm going to say a yes. When it gets closer, we can look again. Okay. Will Musk cause more trouble for Cankles about, Epstein or... Well, Musk caught, let me look psychically. When is his birthday? Let's see. When is Elon Musk's birthday? 71, June. All right. Right after his birthday in July, but a lot of us feel like Cankles won't still be there. So why is he? Because I'm looking at like right after his birthday. His birthday is in June, so it'd probably be like late June, July, causing trouble. Is he going to cause trouble for this administration? Let's ask it that way. Will Musk cause trouble for this administration? Because I feel like he wants something and they're not giving it to him. Oh, yeah. He feels betrayed because he was used and then thrown under the bus like everybody else gets. That's what happens when you mess with Cankles or you are involved with him. Kind of like the same old stuff, monkey business I'm getting. Because he wants something from them. He wants things from them, and he's not getting it. I feel like he's depressed or still, on a lot of drugs. Musk. He knows stuff about the family. Ooh. Is Musk going to cause trouble for Cankles and his family? It's about the kids or the wife or something. Yep. Is he going to cause more trouble? I feel like Musk is going to be celebrating. That's what he's going to celebrate something. Oh, he's going to be happy he's gone when he's gone. He's going to be celebrating. He wants revenge. Ooh, look at these cards. Wow. Against a woman. Might be Melania or Ivanka. I feel like it's Melania. Because she was involved with her. Ooh. He's going to cause grief and sorrow. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. They can expect he's going to cause more trouble. What else is new? Here's a question. Will Cankles give up Taiwan to fix the tariff wars? I hope he doesn't. None of these readings are what I want to happen. I'm just looking at the energy and trying to give you the best answer. I see it clairvoyantly, or I hear something, I get a download, and then I pull the cards to kind of back it up. Will Cankles give up Taiwan so you can get a good trade deal? I don't think that's happy. I'm not smiling because I like that. I'm smiling because, why am I smiling about that? Because who would be surprised? He throws everybody under the bus, so. I think it's horrific, but finally, so he's been doing a lot of things differently. Put sanctions on Russia, kind of stood up a little bit for Zelensky, trying to fix the trade problem. Um, Probably going to open the government. Yeah, why? Why did we have to go through all that when you could have just done that 4 weeks ago? I mean, what is the point of all this insanity? I know why the Democrats are doing to keep people's health care, to draw attention that, hey, you're going to lose your health care. Look at what they did to you. All right. I love Taiwan. I like Taiwan. They have really awesome herbs. And I'm sure the people are amazing. So, will Kankles throw Taiwan under the bus for China? Because he says a lot of things, but then he doesn't follow through. Will Kankles throw Taiwan? Oh, wait, something just jumped out. Where are you? Uh-oh. That looking like at first a yes. He's thinking about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he's thinking about it. And definitely China they want it. They want to come together, they call it, which means take over Taiwan. I feel like to his face, he's going to say yes. Oh, God. That's going to make a lot of people really upset. America leaving our allies, our ethics, our long-held commitments, and treachery. Part of me, well, I know that Venezuela has oil and they want regime change, but also the military industrial complex needs to be making weapons of war to make money. So they're like, okay, can we have another war? It's sick what our country does. Okay. Is there going to be war, and will China take over Taiwan? I almost don't want to look at that. Will China take over Taiwan? Because I feel like once he's out of there, the policy could change. Will China take over Taiwan? They have plans. There's going to be some type of agreement. That's not really a yes or a no, but governments or people are going to come together and make some type of agreement. I do feel like there will be some type of a compromise or some type of a deal, not just like a military takeover. That's not a major arcana card, so we can look at that again, but I feel like he intends to throw them under the bus. Of course. That's what he does. See if I have any other questions here. I think that's it. So I'm going to be on live. Thank you for watching to the end of the video. I am going to be on live Saturday at 10 o'clock Pacific time, 1 o'clock Eastern time, answering personal questions and political questions. So check me out, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you so much, and thumbs up. Okay. Bye for now. Sending you so much love.